hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between our visitors and the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Lions now. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off the play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple of games. Here's an early 3 and out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is, you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And possession will be first and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, 6'6".
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
That catch good for only a couple. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's incomplete. So hang on. A big call coming on third down.
I'm trying to understand.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And the 11-year veteran makes it through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Had no command that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he comes back with one complete. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. Well, we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands.
You serious?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And a dump off here to Robinson. So no gain on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers are able to add on to that lead.
You didn't know it. It won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have a couple of days for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd time. Able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is down to a field goal. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Oilers are able to widen their advantage. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good to make it 17-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Check pass, check pass. 47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Rush in, rush in.
On third down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first. No gain on there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is stopping the linebackers to set the edge.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And they give this time to the tailback. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards to pick up there. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
Mike 22.
And we hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So we reach halftime. Time update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Max 22. Come on. You better bring it. Buffalo 18. 22's coming, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Max 22. Max 22. Let's go heavy. Let me what you got.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Drop deep, drop deep. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. All day, baby, all day, all day, all day.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Britt's got it, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. Unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up the 3rd down. Now a give right side. Britt, And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Check 99. Check 99. Check the hot read. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. I got it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the run game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Detroit.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Robinson, and he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
47's the mic, boys. 47.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this one is right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
it's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Okay, ready? 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come off the ball hard. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Come on.
They're going to look to throw. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Check, 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 check.
Got a man.
Bring it!
Slayton.
Bring it!
Touchdown! Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Oilers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And Detroit getting set to go now. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw going to be caught by Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 30 on second down, Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Christian Wilkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Lawrence will throw. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
You definitely would like to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now Lawrence to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Christian Wilkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they... needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go. Try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. But the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. the defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. They look for Pitts again. This time he's got it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 3 here this game. 17 now on the year. And the Oilers are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Lawrence. It's a short one here. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Flush to his right. This is caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on fourth and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand.
Go now. 10-2 stop. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid.
A final shot now for Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different...
So for our visitors, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.